that. Hey, everybody, welcome to Nerd at Heart, and happy belated in 7 days.
Woo!
I'm your host, Adrian, and of course,
I'm the co-host, Patrick, and we are very excited, me and Adrian both, because as we just said, it is belated, but it is loved all the same. In 7 Day, guys. Woo! If you're not familiar with In 7 Day, it is the celebration of the Mass Effect franchise, which is currently owned by BioWare, which is owned by EA. They've come out with 4 games in this universe, an animated movie, a couple board games. Crazy thing. N7 is the designation for Commander Shepard's specialty of his ranking in the Mass Effect universe. So November 7th, or N7, has become, officially, unofficially Mass Effect Day.
Yeah, it's that trend with games where they love to take dates in the year and just kind of go, well, this kind of matches us. They found November 7th had nothing competing. So, what is it? Mario is, it's March. What is that? I'm trying to remember, March 10th.
Oh,
I think
it is
March 10th.
March 10th. Yeah,
so, even Mario has one. So
Mario has one. Star Wars has one. Alien has one. They always have some type of
I didn't know Alien. Well, so we have. I didn't know Alien had one.
Yeah, theirs is in April.
That makes sense. So, anyways, just to let you know. Oh wait, or I want to do that again. We're gonna hide that. There we go. Okay. Just to let you know, guys, just how excited we are. We've actually flown up to the Citadel. And it looks like there's a little bit of cleanup going on right now. But, I tell you what, we're really excited about this. Patrick and I are both just absolute fans of the Mass Effect series. We often talk about it and, talk about the longing for the series to come back.
Yeah.
And not too long ago, probably about sometime last year, even in 2022, I would believe, BioWare started hinting at the return of Mass Effect to the game, to your consoles or computers. And so I eagerly listen for every news. It's on my feed, and then for the last couple of years, it's just been speculation reports, things like that. Then they finally said, hey guys, we're getting serious about this. But it always seemed to be, but first, let's put
because you're not wrong. The last Mass Effect game was back in 2016, which was Mass Effect Andromeda. The combat system was completely redone, kind of from the ground up. It was great for the combat system. The bad news is gamers were not happy with the story, and they felt that the story and the writing was not what Mass Effect should have been. And at this point, that was 8 years ago. Mass Effect Andromeda, it was good. I bought it at the time. I played through it. It's a good game. It rings of classic BioWare. And then it feels like BioWare, shifted gears and then went back to another one of their franchises, which recently came out October 31st, which was Dragon Age the Veilguard. So the first piece of good news, like Adrian just said, is BioWare, now that Dragon Age the Veilguard is done, it's out, they've stated, we don't have any plans for any DLC for this game. We're going to do some quality of life updates to it, and we're going to, patch any bugs. But other than that, there's nothing really planned to continue the Dragon Age series at this time. The good news is, on the other foot,
before they even said that, is remember, we had this date coming up, and BioWare said, hey guys, don't expect much this time around.
Yeah.
That was the other thing. So, and it was just once again, crestfallen, waiting for something to come out that would lift our spirits and kind of, make us feel all those warm little tingly feelings, you know. You know what? Funny enough, unlike in other areas, BioWare did not disappoint.
Yes.
So they announced Mass Effect as a TV series coming out for Amazon. And if you're a big fan of the Fast and Furious franchise, another bonus is that one of the writers is actually going to be producing or show running the new Mass Effect series.
Mm-hmm.
Hey!
Yes,
you know,
exactly. This is a huge win. I mean, Amazon Studios, they're really getting into video game franchises where they're trying to bring them to the small screen. And we've already seen this with Fallout.
Yes.
Apparently, they're in talks with Games Workshop, and they've got Henry Cavill doing something with Warhammer still. I mean, and now they're getting into Mass Effect. I mean, this is huge news.
Yeah, I mean, you got Secret Level coming out. I mean,
exactly.
That's the other thing.
That's Amazon. I mean, that's Amazon exclusive. And I mean, this looks already like if it's anything like Fallout was. Season 1 of Fallout was great. We're eagerly awaiting season 2. But if it's anything like Fallout, the show was, this is going to be amazing. This is going to be a really good show.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm pumped. I mean, I'm excited about this.
Same. Well, and and so far, I mean, as far as with these kind of adaptations, Amazon has been pretty good with most of their adaptations. There's a few that have not received a lot of accolades or love from the fans. However, the Fallout series definitely did. I remember I am not a fan of the games. I personally am not big into dystopian future kind of all of that stuff. So, games like Fallout, Last of Us and all of this stuff generally don't fly for me. But I watched a series for Fallout and I thought it was really good. I watched it. I went all the way through it. I binge watched it actually. And I enjoyed it quite a bit, despite my misgivings for the series itself as a game. Now, I'm hoping that kind of fervor and, and attention to detail does come through for the Mass Effect. However, Mass Effect faces a lot of challenges, but all series do, of course, whenever you're trying to bring them out from a game. Hopefully with this attention to detail, they'll be able to face this challenge. My big thing is, and we were talking about this, other than this information, we know nothing about this series.
Nope.
We could definitely tell you it's not going to be next year that you're going to see this.
Oh, no, it'll be a couple years from now.
Yeah, it's going to be a couple of years. You're going to probably see it at least 2026, but even longer. I mean, if the Grogu movie, Mandalorian and Grogu movie finished already filming and they're not coming out until May 2026, I guarantee you we're probably not going to see this until at least 2027.
27, 28. I mean, they haven't even casted for it. He just started. Yeah, the writer just started putting pen to paper.
Yeah.
They just announced it. They haven't casted anybody for anything. They haven't announced any cast. I mean, this is going to be a series that, while probably really good, it's going to take a while for us to even see it on the screen. But knowing it's in the works, knowing that it's coming is just still, I mean, like, yes, because like I said, we haven't gotten anything really Mass Effect related for 8 years.
Yeah. And one of the things we actually kind of wanted to talk about a little bit is, just some ideas of what they could be doing. It's not like they're listening to us. This is just purely fan love and speculation of things that we would like to see and some of the challenges that we know that they're going to have to face. And namely, when the heck in the Mass Effect timeline are they going to base this?
Yeah, because I mean the timeline is huge, guys. Just to get you to understand, I mean, even the Mass Effect games take place in like 21, like 57 or something.
Yeah, well, that's
yeah. And I mean, that's a lot of years in the future, but at the same time, like the games are very choice heavy in a sense where you can make good choices or bad choices. and your choices will then have consequences.
Look, you're never going to tell me shooting Miranda's father is a bad choice. You know, I mean, it falls under Renegade, but it seems really Paragon to me.
But I mean, yeah. So it's choices like that. You know, like you said, depending on moral compass, is this bad? Is this good? Which is why me personally, I don't think it's going to take place during the Reaper War or like any of that.
Yeah, I think you're right, because ultimately what you wind up going is you're butting against, because everybody, the thing about Mass Effect that made it such a great game is that everybody is able to tailor not just their character, but the storyline to how they wanted to see it come out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, there were, of course, set responses and things like that, but there were a lot of them. And in the end, you know, what was the choice you made on top of the Citadel at the end of the third game? You know, what is that? You know, did you choose one of the three? Did you choose the special one? You know, that came out with the DLC? You know, you know, gosh, I mean, think about all of the consequences in just Mass Effect 2. Did this person live or die? You know, all of this.
I mean, even going back to Mass Effect 1, I mean, did you save the council? Did you let the council die? Did you? Yeah, you know, I mean, did you save
which one did you save?
Yeah, you know? Exactly. I mean, there's too many choices, which is why, in you know, my opinion, I feel like they're going to go in that little block between humanity getting on the scene in the first Contact War, and between the first game, because there's a good 20, 25-ish year gap there that they can really fill in some meat. They can really expand upon it, and it's the perfect, in my opinion, just like how Star Wars has, you know, the gap between episode 3 and episode 4 of 19 years. This gap in Mass Effect is the perfect place to start, you know, a TV show, some comics, some books. I mean, really let it, you know, take the training wheels off and run as a franchise.
Well, you know, and the same thing kind of happens with Star Wars. You know, you kind of have those areas where everything is not as fleshed out. I mean, granted, there's probably already material on the Contact Wars and post. But the thing is that, you know, you can easily slide something in.
It's a big galaxy. It's a big galaxy. I mean, and this doesn't have to follow Commander Shepard.
Well,
Mass Effect can work as long as the writing's good. There have been books and comics that have already taken place in this gap, in this timeline, that have been very much well received and loved by the fans.
Yeah. So, I mean, one of the things that, I mean, you could definitely do a lot with this. And I think one of the things that makes, you know, using the Contact War to the time when Mass Effect starts is, A, it takes the pressure off of having to use Shepard, cast Shepard. And then the problem is, I mean, let's face it, is it male or female Shepard? You know,
that's another choice.
I mean that's a huge choice, you know? So, I mean, there are some people that I know who, I mean, they're dedicated hardcore female fem shep, as sometimes it's referred, or male shep. And, you know, it's like, not, you know, so that's off the table. You could just kind of go, all right, we're here with some set up characters that we can make up or not, you know, we can, and there's other characters who are in command by the time Shepard comes around that you could base this off. Anderson being one, you know, we keep David
Hackett being another.
You know, Admiral Hackett being another. But I mean, do whatever you want. There's nothing that tells you that you can't play with this a little bit more. It's open that way.
You know, and an opinion I have is, I think, and this is just my opinion, I think it's a safer bet, honestly, to do the TV show, but keep it away from Shepard. The reason I say this is the Fallout show worked wonderfully because majoritively they kept it away from the other Fallout games where you have a lot of choices to make.
Yeah.
They did. We now also saw a TV show based on a video game where Halo went with the Master Chief. They tried to make a story out of it. They completely went away from the games. They said, oh, this is a different timeline. This is somewhere else entirely. And the show got canceled after 2 seasons. And it's like, okay, I want the show to succeed. I want it to do well. That's why, my opinion, not only is this the best bet, it's the safest bet. Stay away from Shepard. Do it in the middle of that 25.
And then not only that, but doing this timeline, especially, I mean, you don't even have to come into the beginning of the first Contact Wars. You could come in at the latter part of the Contact Wars, the resolution of the Contact Wars.
And then 5 years after the Contact Wars.
Well,
I mean,
but the thing is that if you, well, I mean, it gives you the action, you know, you get some of that crazy action that the humans have, you know, then, you know, fighting the Turians, and then it gives you a little bit more leverage so that when they actually join the Citadel and the Turians are already there, you know, some of that animosity. I mean, weirdly enough, one of your best friend in the Mass Effect series is Garrus, you know, and what's going to wind up happening is that for people who are fans of the Mass Effect series, you're going to be dealing with a world or a universe where humans hate the Turians.
Yeah,
the Turians have killed millions of them and vice versa. You know, so it's going to be, you know, there's going to be tension from that side. You know, you're going to have the politics, learning about the Volus and some of the other aliens that are
the
just
Elcor, the Asari, the Solarians, the Hanar. I mean, there's tons of races in the galaxy in Mass Effect. It's like a more, you know, and nothing against Star Trek, love Star Trek, but it's a more action oriented Star Trek. I mean, it really is. It's a more action oriented because it's still based on exploration. It's based on you know, maintaining peaceful resolutions if you want, you know, if you go down that path. But at the same time, you are a soldier. You're not an explorer. You're meant to go out and mission objectives, get it done.
Well, you know? And you're right. And then the thing is that you also, it's just, you know, you would be able to be set up with some of the politics, you know, of trying to negotiate between these different species. You can still add a lot of exploration, new things, new dangers between here and there. You can even kind of start talking about finding Prothean technology, you know, all of this stuff. I mean, between here and there, I mean, there's a lot you could do with that without disrupting the choices. Now, if they're really going to go for the gusto and they're going to try the main series, now that is going to cause a lot of challenges.
Yes, it is.
It might even be a little bit more divisive than they'd like it to be.
I agree. I feel like it would be more divisive.
Even post Mass events for Mass Effect, because then you have the decision already made. But the problem is all the decisions have a lasting and powerful impact on the world itself. You know, so steer clear, keep it in the first part.
I mean, yeah, guys, just to like even give a little example. I mean, you can genocide a whole race in the first game. I mean, you can like there is a choice to just wipe the galaxy clean of a whole race. Boom, done. And it's like, oh, wow, okay. I mean, there are legit consequences, bad, good, that come out of the game. If they were to tackle the games, I mean, they would have to say, okay, this was canon, this happened this way, and that happened that way.
And canon becomes a tricky thing.
And canon becomes a very tricky thing.
Look, thank you, Star Wars, for that.
Yeah, basically.
You know, I mean, we're having to deal with that trick right now.
Yeah.
But you know, but that's it. I mean, I think ultimately this is going to be really great.
Oh yeah,
I think people are going to be ecstatic for this, and I think I am. Hey, you're ecstatic, you know. Yeah. So, anyways, you just you know, I guess stay tuned. You know, show interest. Make sure that they understand it's like yes, but don't touch Shep. Stay away from that. Please, please, please. You know, and truth be told, I'm gonna watch it either way. I'm gonna sit there and go, no. I mean,
or I love that, or
I mean,
nice.
You know, there's, I'm really looking forward to. I mean, it's going to be interesting because I guarantee you what they're going to try to do is try to do a little bit of mixing up with some of the other races. The only downside is that you really want, because Commander Shepard is the first Spectre, human Spectre.
Yes.
Let me correct myself. You know, so I think the whole idea of getting mixed up with the Spectres is probably, it might not be a bridge too far, but as long as the human that they choose doesn't all of a sudden go, I'm the first Spectre, you know, that's about the only thing that'll get them across.
That's not good.
And it's like, well, you know, that must be really secretive. You better be quiet. Well, you remember Anderson. Anderson was actually up for being a Spectre.
Yeah, he was up for Spectre candidacy. They had a book about that way back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, him and Saren, you know, because
and the protagonist, or not the protagonist, the antagonist of the first game teamed up in a lot of animosity, like you were talking about. Because of the first contact, where Saren was a Turian, Anderson was a human. And at the end, Anderson did not make the cut for Spectre because in Saren's eyes, Anderson did not have what it takes.
Well, and
able to make those tough decisions.
Well, and you know what? It's going to be really great, interesting to see. And I wonder, you know, how are they going to portray it? There's a lot of questions. And I tell you what, if they can learn anything from The Mandalorian has really, you know, brought back filming, you know, these kind of space shows, these space shows, with gusto, using the volume and practical effects. Please.
Oh yeah,
practical effects.
I don't want to see CGI Solarians or Asari or Volus or whoever.
And I think we're well into that, but at the same time, I need to see these people. I need to see these aliens interact. I need to see, you know, I mean, having humans around is fine because that's going to be the story arc, is that we relate to the human character into this. But at the same time, let's not have just a whole bunch of humans and every now and then a Turian walks through and they get grumpy. You know,
I mean, let it have all the aliens. I mean, I want to meet every alien on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, the humans are the latecomers. You know, everybody else has been there for a long time.
At least a couple hundred years. I mean, if not more. I mean,
even more. You know, I mean, so it's we're nerds. So, anyways, or geeks, whatever you want to call us, but it's like nerds. Nerd. Yeah. So the but anyways, I think it's gonna be really great. I can't wait to see it. It's awesome. I'm glad we got something good out of this N7 day.
Oh, and they did announce, you know, little bonus, you know, they have shifted. BioWare entirely has everybody working on Mass Effect 5. We don't have any idea what that's going to be about. They just started like working on it, so don't expect it.
All we know is that the Mass Effect 5 is a continuation after, or it takes place after the events of the original series. It's back in the original universe, or galaxy, I should say. You know, so it's not in Andromeda. It's not doing it. So it's supposed to be, you know, the story goes on.
Yeah,
in some form or another. Yeah, but that's good. So I'm really excited about this. Oh man. Well, I mean, I don't know how many times we can say we're excited about it, but just to let you know, in case you didn't hear, we are excited about it. It's a secret. Don't tell anybody. Excited. You know, kind of like, so, I mean, hey, look what I did. I got the banner up. Sorry. So guys, please contact us. Let us know what you think when you see this. You know, either join us at a Facebook page, a group Nerd at Heart, or of course you can always contact us through email. nerdatheartfriends@gmail.com. Also, we have a YouTube page. Please go to the YouTube page, subscribe, hit that bell icon, please, so that we can, that way you can get any notice whenever we put something up. I post on the Facebook page, but hey, we want to build up the YouTube following as well. Get all us nerds together, get us into a one happy place where we can just share our thoughts and ideas, and apparently our love for Mass Effect. So, or at least our love for Mass Effect,
among other things.
Hey, another secret. We're excited about this. We're really excited. Can't wait. Okay. So, anyways, guys, we'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye. Peace.
All right. Peace.